Now, anyone listening this morning to the news, particularly the business news, would have heard that inflation has risen to 2.9%. Yet more doom and gloom. Indeed, if you listen to the BBC, you would think our economy is falling off the edge of a cliff and disaster is overtaking our nation because of Brexit. Well, allow me, please, to give you a Brexit business briefing. The Office of National Statistics, released in August, show that tourism in the UK is up 7% on the last year, with 3.5 million visitors coming in June, helped by the value of sterling. Americans seem particularly keen. There was a 35% increase on the previous June. Meanwhile, on the high street, the British Retail Consortium reported earlier this month that retail sales for August were 2.4% higher than they were the previous August, and online sales of non-food products grew by an impressive 11% in August as well. On the market, FTSE is significantly up since the result of the referendum, 20%. But more significantly, the FTSE 250, which represents British businesses and not international global ones, is up by 30% since the referendum. In manufacturing, the steady fall in the pound, which began in 2010, long before the Brexit vote, has improved our competitiveness. For example, in the East Midlands, calculated by Lloyds Bank, August this year saw new orders for businesses in the region grow at their fastest rate for 3 years, and order backlog rose at their highest rate in 16 years. And at the beginning of this month, a report from the manufacturing group EEF said that more companies are seeing output and orders increase than at any time since 1995. Indeed, the chief economist at EEF said manufacturers appear to have taken the recent political upheaval in their stride and are taking advantage of growing world markets to make hay while the sun shines. And you'll notice that since last year, the number of people in employment has risen by 338,000, with unemployment down. Interestingly, employment in London's private sector rose at the fastest rate for the last 18 months in August of this year. And the euro's relative strength against the pound has been great news for companies sourcing components from British manufacturers. But a slight warning, sterling has rallied sharply. Sterling is now over 10% up, yes, up, against the dollar, and it traded at 133 today. So maybe the real business boom that we've had with low sterling may be coming towards an end. And finally, yesterday we heard that London has maintained its position as the world's #1 global financial centre by extending its lead over New York, Hong Kong and Singapore in the Z-Yen index. Surprisingly, the London Evening Standard failed to put this on their front page. Perhaps it's something to do with their editor, the former Chancellor of the Exchequer, George Osborne, an ardent Remainer. So, folks, there is plenty of good, positive news out there. But as I say, you will not get it from the BBC. You didn't, frankly, have the balls to put country before party.